So the things I want to cover is that intro, first of all, was too much fun. I just couldn't help myself. It was actually kind of neat. State of the corn. So in the intro, I went ahead and did some arranging for the weeds. Did some arranging for the pole beans that are being tangled in and pulling down the corn. I have two methods of planting. I have a traditional style of native or three sisters type. I don't think that's how it was done. From what I researched, pretty much, place them in a block and put some beans in it and some squash around it. The pole beans, they are pretty much ripping down the corn. There's no real growth happening. Several ears are actually developing well. I can't get in there either to manage the pole beans. I will most likely rip out the corn and leave the pumpkin. I am not liking the results. Hopefully within the season I can grow something else. I do need that area. I do have a limited space, so I'll make the best of it. The sun golds are coming along. They are late. They're doing all right. I recently had to add a bird netting over my tomatoes because I am having issues with birds pecking at them and ripping them apart. Might have to install a bird bath or a water feature so that they have something to drink, and most likely will deter them from picking at my tomatoes. My bell peppers are coming along. I haven't been able to water them efficiently. There is some curling going on. Many of my buds are falling off on my peppers. They're not developing. They're just shriveling up and falling off, so they're either not getting pollinated or they don't have enough nutrients. So the bell peppers are good once they develop, but I most recently have lost a lot of flower buds to some issue. I am not too sure. They're not doing bad, it's just something's going on. They're not developing well. And my seedlings, they're in an area that doesn't get too much sun, at most 4 hours. I will most likely have to move it again. I have had two different positions for them, and I believe the first area I had them in would have been the best. Initially, I did have a plan to plant them on the side of my house, but they are so ill. They look so ill that they may be afflicted by blight. Basically, they're not getting enough sun. They're seedlings, and I'd figure since they're going to grow there, that they should get used to growing there or get used to being there. However, they haven't been doing very well. There is no real growth in them. They're still stunted, and they have a very horrible color to them. I'm going to have to get those moved and repositioned, and hopefully that takes care of the issue. My bush beans are along the same area. I want to plant some peppers. They have been doing great. They seem a bit leggy, but that's understandable. But they have a good set of leaves going on. Not many leaf miners are in them, which is wonderful, actually. So the corn is going good. The sun golds are fine. Bell peppers are coming along. There is some issues. The seedlings are in danger though. That was pretty much my biggest effort, was managing the corn and their pole beans interplanted. The block form I have right now needs to go soon. I'll give it another week. If I don't see any real improvement in the size of the corn ears, I will most likely rip out everything and put in something else, or just let that area go into pumpkins. They are getting very large and they're covering a lot of space. But this year is more of a trial. I'm enjoying the corn and the pole beans. They do have a canopy of sorts. I do fear that it is a bit top heavy. My next go around at it, I will most likely train the pole beans to keep the middles close together. It will look more of a wall than anything else, but that's an effort for next year, or probably within the year.